Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. It's that time again. Time for the Dunders. Dungeons and Dragons. Cheers. Party death by a single wolf. I hope so. That would be amazing. If I look like a hot, sticky, sweaty mess, that is because I am. It is humid over here in the UK at the moment. Oh man, there's not enough ice cubes and rum in the universe to cool me down at the minute. In fact, that was a huge ball about 5 minutes ago. Not anymore. Oh. But to hop straight into it, Arilyn, straight off the bat, thank you, my friend, for those 22 months resub. I appreciate it, man. 22 months, Jesus, has it been that long? And then Lee comes in with the 43 months. Well, shit, it's my age in subs. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, both of you. I actually had a follow and a sub 3 days ago when I wasn't streaming by Mappy a Goblin. So if they pop in later, I shall have to say my thanks. But yeah, I will not delay it too long. I'll not waffle on. We'll just bring everyone in. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh. Hopefully my fan's not too loud on stream. But there's no way in hell am I turning it off.
Can't hear it in Discord.
Good.
You double fisted?
Double fisting?
Drinks. Sorry.
It's a white girl thing.
Yeah, I imagine it is.
I imagine it is.
Sorry, I thought that you guys would know that expression. I was like, ooh, I need to immediately clarify on that one.
No, that's not it's not familiar with. To be honest, Jump.
And away we go.
I'm not familiar with that statement in the context that you meant it.
Yeah, that's more like it, yeah. No. So to clarify, Jump, I have my usual rum, okay, and I've got some blackcurrant Ribena squash because it's hot, and I'm gonna. I thought I'd come prepared.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
I'm thirsty. Okay. Let's get into it, shall we?
Yeah. Before we descend into Anik.
Yeah. Before. Yeah. Last time on Pariahs, save me.
Last time on Pariahs, we had a couple of days of downtime. Everybody did their own thing. Garrett had a little visit to Society to talk to the botanist about the thorn. And she was like, I'll turn that into some stuffs. And he was like, cool. How much stuffs? 3 stuffs. Cool. That's how that conversation went, pretty much.
Fair.
But before that, he bumped into a ginger fella with it. I remember him having a fucking beautiful beard. It was perfectly symmetrical.
It was.
I've even got it in my notes. If you go into the party journal, Vickland, beautiful ginger beard.
Let's see. Party journal. Vickland, beautiful ginger beard. You're right. Yeah, you have got it there.
Yeah. And it turns out Vickland works for our employer, who has been on a bit of a recruiting spree in preparation for a big job? Question mark. We'll have to go see the boss about that and find out more. So that's what Garrett did. Banya continued her studies under the nurse. Learned 3 of the principles of making contracts. Yeah. She got to ask 3 big questions and was generously answered by the DM. So she managed to get her first contract, I believe, written out, ready. It's good to go. Just needs signing on the dotted line.
And a victim.
In blood. Don't worry about it.
It's not victim, it's willing participant.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So she did that. It was all good. Cypher made some black chalk, which for some reason people started licking.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
No, I'm not.
Teresa was a shady vampire. Did shady vampire things.
No.
I.e.
Yeah, probably.
i.e. making up fucking some documents ready for Garrett once he has a sample of handwriting to incriminate some person with, I think it was with her actual knowledge.
Someone's actual knowledge.
So yeah, that's what she was up to. And Desmond polished his rattle, and he made. Did he finish making himself the little belt clasp?
I believe so. He just doesn't have the lantern to go with it yet.
So he's got a lovely loop that a lantern would look lovely on. He just doesn't have a lantern.
He didn't think it through.
I mean, the lantern's easy enough to buy, right? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that's what he did, as well as I believe some spelunking into the under while other people tidied and stuff.
Did a bit of that.
And then we were off to the woods. And if you go down to the woods today, you will probably get stopped by bandits.
That's a bit of a stretch.
Now I have that song in my head. Thank you, Lucius.
Yeah, you're welcome. Get fun.
Oh, bear with me. Carry on with the recap.
Okay. So yeah, we were waylaid by bandits. Desmond nearly choked one to death. That was funny. One got poison sprayed, and one got drained, and the rest ran away. I believe. And yeah, the poor miscreants that live in the woods were sadly no match.
No, they weren't.
And then off into the woods, and Teresa led the way, with Garrett being super sneaky out on the flanks. They found something to hunt. It was a big. Hold on, how do you pronounce this? Roggenwolf.
Yep, Roggenwolf.
Roggenwolf. That seemingly was trapped by some thorns, so they were like, "Ha! Murder it!" And poor bastard didn't see it coming. But
It was a bit
yeah,
overkill. Let's be honest.
It was. It
was
got
a bit
crit
overkill.
twice, didn't it?
Yeah, I believe so. Something like that. Yeah. Yeah. It's too many rolls to scroll back up.
Yeah. But yeah, they killed the Roggenwolf, and we were gonna skin it when the fucking plant life came alive and started fucking charging at them. A giant nasty bastard. called a...
An arbicite, which is, looks like a mass of vines, almost like a treant.
Tree
But-
with a bad attitude.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful. So yeah, that happened. That was a rough fight. Poor Cypher fucking nearly got one banged. And yeah, I believe we ended with that dead. The wolf was getting butchered.
Yes.
Yeah.
My note from the session says Reza ended session skinning the wolf and butchering it.
And that is how the session ended, with everybody just taking a moment to be like, ooh.
Pretty much, yeah. Paradise Walker, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. That's a very brief idea, but I'll try and give more later on. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's basically how we started. Or sorry, how we ended last session with the defeat of the Roggenwolf and, of course, the Arbicite. And with that then, unless there's anything anyone wishes to bring to my attention, we'll pick it right back up where we left off.
I have a donut.
You have a donut?
Yeah.
What flavour?
Boston cream.
Boston cream.
That is
on
what
board.
What happened to your fancy coffee? Do you have that with your donut?
Bitches have been closed for like 4 fucking days. We're breaking
Ooh.
up.
Are you gonna be grumpy today without your fancy coffee?
Depends on what Venya does.
So yes, Vanya may die this session.
So, with that out of the way, let's just cast our mind back to the depths of the Stillborn Forest, where you'd previously brought down the Roggenwolf, and at this point, the smoking remains of the Arbicite now just turned to blackened coal behind you all. Reza, if I remember rightly, you were in the process of skinning and taking, dismantling the Roggenwolf.
Yes.
How does this look? Bear in mind, this wolf is bound to the ground in thorny vines.
So Reza would take her dagger, and before attempting to butcher it, she's gonna cut the vines away and kind of drag the wolf a little bit more into the clearing so she can spread it out to work with. Kind of like there-ish. And then she'll proceed to, like, remove the, obviously her dagger's very sharp. She's got all the skills and whatnot. So she's going to very, just methodically, carefully skin the wolf and then lay the pelt to the side, like maybe over the log.
Okay.
And then, like, go through and, like, never butchered a wolf before, but I'm sure, like, the basic cuts are still good. I'm just going to... Okay, here we go. And so she's gonna muddle her way through butchering a wolf.
Alright. Roll me a survival check very quickly.
Okay.
So while you're doing that, Cypher, what are you up to?
He's sat on the floor, kind of recovering. Like, he got the wind knocked out of him, so he's like, He's watching Reza, and he's looking at that the big tree and thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna go. Desmond,
Yes.
you think tree people have organs?
Hmm. I mean, they must have something.
You want to find out? Because we could sell parts to the society, get some good coin, you know.
All right then.
I got some daggers. I'll give you a hand. And by hand, I mean you do all the strong work, and I'll watch.
Okay. So Desmond and Cypher are going to basically dissect, for lack of a better word, the remains of this tree
This-
creature. We're gonna avoid the spot where Garrett marked, though. Like I want to leave that completely unscathed, so it'll be obvious to anything that would inspect it.
Okay. In that case, since you're not doing anything, Cypher, you just observing.
I know, like I'm pointing out where I think an organ should be. You know, like well, looks like something should be there, right?
Okay. In that case, Desmond, since you're both Desmond and Cypher are currently working on it, Desmond, roll me a survival check with advantage, please. And while that's going off, let's go with Vanya next. Vanya, what are you up to?
Double
Vanya
ones.
is going to be standing.
So go
Oh
on.
no, poor Desmond.
I'm just thinking of Spaceballs. We ain't found shit.
He's looking at the log instead of the dead tree.
He's trying to cut open the log.
Go on, Vanya, what are you up to? I'm going to get back to that in a minute.
She's standing on top of the tree. You know, since the threat is gone with the big tree,
Mhm.
and you know they're all carving and doing whatnot or whatever Desmond winds up doing. But she's going to peer around and be on the lookout to make sure that nothing's gonna come up.
Okay. Roll me a perception check, please. And while you're doing that, last but not least, Garrett, what are you doing?
Garrett is sitting on the log doing absolutely chuff all. But keeping an eye on the tree line and
Okay. Throw me a
taking a
perception.
glance toward,
No, go on.
I'm throwing a glance every now and again towards the enormous tree in the distance.
So with that, roll me a perception check as well, just so that both you and Vanya are observing your surroundings. True Wine Wizard, thank you very much for that follow. I appreciate it. Welcome in, and you know, hopefully the plan is to kill all the players today. No, who knows? We'll see. 17. Reza, you easily managed to trace the ideal lines through the Rogan Wolf, carving out a perfect cut from abdomen, thorax, all the way up to its neck. And then after a few moments, you do end up skinning the vast majority of the Rogan Wolf. Towards the end, though, due to this large wolf being such a fearsome opponent, you do notice that the knife is starting to blunt somewhat. So the last, towards the tail end of it, instead of cutting and slicing cleanly through the flesh, you're having to rip the blade through.
Saw a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
So once she's... Oh,
Go on. No, go for it.
Once she's managed to get all that, she's gonna like take the pelt. I'm not hitting my push to talk. She's gonna take the pelt and then wrap up the cuts of meat like in the pelt and kind of like tie it together with the legs, so it's like a bundle of meat inside the wolf pelt.
Nice. It looks like a murder scene. There's blood all over the stones and dirt below, but just off to the side, this nice little pile of wolf meat and pelt. It's previously white fur, stained a little red, but you are more than happy with the work that you've done there. Desmond.
Yes.
Do you know what? Go on. How'd you carve this tree apart? Or, how... I need to know. With that double one crit fail.
Essentially, it's very slowly chipping away. It's basically going to reduce the thing to splinters, except for the one little part that basically just tear it asunder. Like it'll be just in absolute ruins, except for the one spot that has like a piece of bark with like the symbol. It's almost going to look like this thing was run through a wood chipper for the most part. Like, I must not have had any.
Scattered around the remains, there are the odd fleck of bone. And giving it a cursory glance, you see the odd tooth, a piece of jawbone, the odd femur, occasional rib that's been blown out of out of this mess. So there was potentially something in there, but who knows?
I guess they don't have organs, huh? Who knew?
At the very least, we know it's not getting back up.
Well, this is true.
So with that over, Vanya, Garrett, there has been very little movement in the forest. Garrett, with you peering towards the great tree just a slight way off, there's been no sign of any birds, nothing, no movement, no sounds. It's still as deathly quiet as it was when you first entered this area. You both get the impression that there is nothing nearby, that potentially the Roggenwolf and the Arbosite were perhaps some of the apex predators of this area that has either scared off any competition or slaughtered them.
Well, we're done here. You guys, we're gonna move on.
I think we're ready to head out.
Okay. Can we swing by? I want to show Desmond the tree. You want to see the tree, Desmond?
What tree is that?
There's this huge tree, like right in the middle, and it's massive. We gotta go kind of round though, because there's an angry stump.
Reza kind of looks at both of them, and she is covered with blood, looking super haggard, she's very injured. So she's like, "Oh, they want to go look at the fucking tree," and then so she pulls the blood vial out of her belt and downs it. Where is the vial of blood? Oh, that's a good roll.
Good roll. That is a good roll.
So she pops the cork, chugs it, and she's like, "Right, okay, we're going to go look at the fucking tree." Okay.
think Reza wants to go see the tree.
I don't know the way, and it seems like there's some dangerous things out here.
I mean, we know. Well, Garrett knows the way best.
So we're going to the tree then, I take it.
I don't have to. I'd really like to, though. Big puppy dog eyes.
Well, as long as we keep away from that stump creature, we should be able to stop off on our way home. It shouldn't add much more than 10-20 minutes onto our journey.
Yeah. Now, the stump thing grows mushrooms sometimes that can paralyze people.
Okay, well, whatever we're fucking doing, let's do it. And Reza just attempts to gracefully toss the skin full of meat over her shoulder to carry it, and it's just not as graceful as she hoped.
Any opinion on this, Vanya?
She's going to attempt to try to clean Reza up a little bit.
What are you doing? What
You
you doing?
you look filthy, and I don't want there to be any kind of, you accidentally like missing a step and you touching me, and getting me dirty.
Reza reaches out a hand to like start wiping it off on Vanya's shirt.
She's gonna, as she's doing that, cast prestidigitation at the hand to just try to clean it off.
So Reza just ends up copying a field with a clean hand. Damn it, Vanya!
I don't want you ruining another dress. Is that better?
Then Reza casts her own prestidigitation and cleans her entire self off and the pelt that she's carrying. So it's a pristine white now. Better, Vanya?
Yes, I can feel my anxiety going down by a lot just seeing how clean you are.
Thankfully, all my wounds have closed, so I won't be dripping more blood inconveniently.
No, I just feel like, the cleaner that you are, the better that you'll feel, and the happier and more positive
Vanya,
that you'll
do you
be
know what's
when
going
we
to
go
make me
towards
feel
the tree.
better right now?
Seeing the tree.
Going home. I want to go home. And if we have to walk by a fucking tree in order to do that, let's just get it done.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're clean. Let's go.
So, with that ordeal now over, you all begin to make the deeper journey into the forest. Garrett, would you be leading this since you know the way, or?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so Garrett's taking the lead. The rest of you,
Yeah,
go on.
followed closely by Cypher.
Close with that, yeah. And the rest of you behind. It does indeed add. Sorry, is there something someone wishes to add there?
Oh, no, I just said, mm-hmm.
Okay. It does add, a good 15-20 minutes onto the journey as you begin to make your way through the undergrowth and eventually coming round to it's not so much a wide opening like the previous area where this old stump was. As you begin to dip through the undergrowth, you see a long stretch of what can only be described as a natural path. To your left are large rocks and multitude of branches and vines that reach out. And to your right, the terrain dips down into I would say quite a deep canyon that's easily 30, 40 feet of a drop. But just ahead, along this small path, you see the great thick roots of the great tree. But here, it provides the roots provide almost like an archway, a door, and from inside of this door there is an occasional green pulsing glow.
Look at it.
Reza's just standing at the back of the group, just shaking her head and being like, nope, 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 nope.
Cypher's wandering forward.
Why is it glowing?
Roll me an insight check. Unless anyone else wishes to answer.
Cypher's wandering forward and he's like, there's power here. Strong.
Some
Fine.
trees have a natural glow when they grow on places of power.
Vanya, you would also now feel this ancient, almost primordial magics circling around.
Would Reza feel anything positive or negative due to her state of unliving?
Roll me an Arcana check. $19. You would feel a familiar, dark, corrupting sensation around this place. One that you felt a long, long time ago.
No, stay back. No, no, no.
But it's
Bad. No.
Hey.
There's nothing evil here.
It feels ancient, like old.
I've been here many times before.
So very quickly, Desmond, what are you doing at this moment? He's muted. Who knows? Who knows? Let me just quickly reply to this DM. Okay. So we're not sure what Desmond's doing at the... Oh, no, here we go. Hello?
Yeah, sorry.
It's
I
all
had
good.
to step away for a moment.
So am I? What's Desmond doing at the moment?
Desmond is very wary of trees right now. So he's
Fair.
just kind of going to be... Essentially, especially if Cypher is wandering towards these things, he's going to have his mace at the ready, just kind of... If anything moves more than it should with the wind blowing it, he's going to be ready to get into a position.
In that case, I need you to roll me an investigation check, please. Or let's go for perception. Let's go for perception, actually.
Right.
Okay.
Reza puts down the bag of wolf and just and moves up and just says like, I'm getting a feeling here of something we probably don't want to disturb. I very strongly urge you not to go any further. Please, can we please just go home?
No, it has to be here. And you see that Cypher's now holding a scroll of human skin in one hand.
What, Cypher, what are you doing?
It has to be here.
What has to be here?
Yeah, what Reza said. What's that in your hand that looks like skin?
It's a
Right.
magic scroll.
Cypher, what are you doing?
We're going to talk to her. We said, right? We can talk to her. It has to be here.
Talk to who?
Your sister. We can talk to your sister.
Cypher, I can't talk to my sister. I can't get to her.
No, but we can. Look. And he throws up the scroll and it just stops and floats midair and kind of ripples.
Cypher, I can't read that.
You don't have to. I can.
Did you learn this at the society?
I did, yeah.
It's safe.
I think so. As safe as it can be. I'm going to have to use my focusing crystal, though. It's a very powerful spell.
Reza yells out to Garrett and Sylvan. This feels like the city to me.
Garrett will reply. Also in Sylvan. This is nothing to do with the city.
And what is it?
Home.
Just to quickly chime in, if anyone wishes to reposition, you have free reign to move where you want. Carry on.
So Cypher's just gonna go. It's gonna take me a while, but once it's over, you can connect to me and then talk to her, right? It'll only be brief, and she can only reply in one-word answers. You only get 5 questions or 5 statements, and then it'll be over. But you'll be able to hear her, and she'll be able to hear you.
Sure, it'll be either.
You'll have to connect to me, and then you'll have to think of her, and then say her name.
I don't understand magic, but if you say it's safe, we can try.
For the purposes of what's happening right now, Reza has like her bow with an arrow cocked and is like on high alert looking around because
Roll me a
she
perception check.
not trust this place.
Okay. Desmond, Vanya, anything you wish to add?
Vanya wants to be encouraging because she believes that this is just a personal growth moment for Cypher. So she's just like, Cypher, nothing can dim the light that shines from within you.
Desmond has not given up looking around because something does not feel right, and he doesn't understand magic or anything about that, but he does feel very much like this is like a trap or something like that.
Roll me a second perception check.
Oh boy.
So, with Desmond and Reza, your attention focused in front of you towards the tree, glancing around, nothing seems... I wouldn't say out of the ordinary. This whole situation is indeed out of the ordinary, but apart from the vines occasionally swinging in the breeze, the odd leaf dropping and falling from the trees overhead, nothing grabs your attention.
Yeah. Reza is still on edge, so she's gonna like tap Desmond's shoulder and be like, you cover that side, I'll cover this side, and she's gonna like turn around with her back to him, watching like the area where she dropped the stuff, the wolf stuff, and just kind of like they have 360 kind of like
Cover.
because she is extremely paranoid right now.
Okay. Cypher.
Cypher starts whispering and overlapping voices. You can hear the voices of his shadows all start chanting, and out of his back grows 6 large, spidery, shadowy hands, all holding a piece of black chalk, and they draw like a big window with runes around it, and it's at first glance it looks like a window, but to probably Vanya, she'd recognize it as a large magic circle, and for some reason he's not drawn on anything, but the chalk is etching out in midair, and it just kind of floats there. Cypher goes to his out of his visage, his eyes, instead of the milky white, are solid black, so he blinks and his eyes are a solid black, and he's chanting, and all of a sudden everybody gets a whiff of fresh winter air, like a chilly breeze, but it's not the rotten smell that the swamp usually is. It's like fresh air, like truly fresh air, like a waft of fresh air just kind of brushes over everyone while he's motionless, still drawn, arching ever more intricate circles and symbols around this window, and slowly an eye is starting to draw itself in the middle, and then Cypher with his dagger pricks Garrett's finger and draws a bead of blood to add to the circle, and it starts, as it touches the black chalk, it starts glowing like from point of contact, and like it's starting to set on fire, and it starts lighting up around the edges, so it becomes this beautiful kaleidoscope of light as he's chanting.
Would Vanya recognize that circle in the eye that he's drawing?
Roll me an Arcana check. Cypher, what is it?
Mm-hmm. This is the spell. Oh fuck, where is it? I gotta scroll through my DMs to find it.
While he's doing that, Vanya's kind of like, she's got a perplexed, I can't get it out, perplexed look, because she's like, oh, that's what that was for. Maybe I shouldn't have licked that.
This is the spell Contact Other Plane, casted as a ritual.
Okay.
Not just that, I will also say that, Vanya, you would immediately notice that Cypher is using... What's the item you've got?
My focusing crystal.
Yes, so it's focusing crystal, so it's basically being upcast. This is an upcast version of Contact Other Plane.
Does she know, like, if when you're contacting the other plane, like the risks that are like associated with that, can other things like come through or?
Jesus, how many crystals, Cypher?
I clicked it once and it was just fucking scrolling through.
All of them. Actually, with a crit, you remember reading many years ago that no, this is purely a spell that is used to contact someone or something in another plane of existence, purely to talk. Nothing can come through the connection. Unless, of course, you're contacting a deity or some other incredibly powerful presence, but that would then only backlash on the caster.
Okay. Thank you.
So, with this going on, Desmond, Reza,
No change.
anything you wish to add?
For Desmond.
No change? Okay.
No, just
Still,
still looking around.
In that
doing the same.
in that case, then I'll allow one of you to, since you're both looking, I'll allow one of you to roll a perception check with advantage. So, decide amongst
We're going to give that to Reza because
Okay.
I got dog shit perception.
Okay. Perception with advantage. Okay.
It's good. It's good. But
But I see something bad.
as you both continue your watchful vigilance up and down the trail to the great tree, there is still no movement. Nothing whatsoever catches your eye. You look left, right, down the crevasse, apart from a lingering bit of mist. Nothing moves. To your right, Reza, on the viney cliff face again. Apart from the bristling of leaves and the swaying of vines,
Mm-hmm.
still deathly quiet.
Okay.
Garrett, what are you up to at this moment?
I'm just stood stock still, eyes wide, watching Cypher, not daring to believe he could actually do what he says he's going to do.
In that case, then, Cypher, over to you.
So Cypher had the focusing crystal in his palm, and it's now floating. And for those that are looking at it, you can see that there is an eye staring back through their focusing crystal, and it's ice white blue, like ice white blue eyeball just looking around, and it looks like it's trying to focus. It's trying to focus on something.
Quick question.
Go on.
Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
If I cast Zone of Truth on this eye, would that work?
No, because it's
Okay.
It's basically a manifestation of Cypher's spell. It's not a, it's not its own thing. It's just the visual effect of the spell.
Okay.
But at that moment, as this spell's now beginning to take effect, the eye opens. Reza, Desmond, the rustling of leaves begins to increase to the point where both of you begin to hear what can only be described as voices through the rustling, whispers. Visitors. Others. Sister. A presence.
Who's there? Who's here?
You should not be here with what you hold in your hand, sister. The vines and branches near Reza and Desmond begin to slowly creak.
This was given to me by the botanist.
Another voice chimes in. Sister.
Do I get the sense that they're referring to Reza as a sister, or calling to each other as sister?
Roll me an insight
Or
check.
calling to... Okay.
Roll me an insight check. What do you think?
I don't know. I'm very confused.
Go on, Desmond. You can hear this
Where
as
did
well.
you get that bow? Where did you get that bow?
From the
He's
botanist.
saying that out loud. I think that you might be mistaken for her.
And it's at that moment where, just beyond where Reza stood, you begin to see roots start peeling back. And from there, the forms of, at a glance, two female entities draped in bark, leaves and vines begin to emerge from the undergrowth, and their heads slowly twist towards where you are stood, Reza. They look very similar to the botanist, but different. Their eyes for a moment flary, sickly green hue. Magic, sister. Yes. You should not be here.
I just need like 2 more minutes and then I will leave, I promise.
The other dryad. Woken. We have been sisters far too long. And with that, I need everyone. Oh, go on, Desmond.
I want to try to move while they're talking because I kind of have. Desmond's seen dementia before, and so he has an idea of what's about to happen. So I can move through space. I just want to move here, and
All right,
basically just have the shield at the ready because
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
At this point, the various branches begin to extend out of the back of the dryads, raising them up off the floor by a few feet. Their heads begin to twist and contort at odd angles as they cast a glance first over Reza and then to Desmond. And then back just a little further towards Cypher and Garrett. At this point, Vanya, Cypher, Garrett, you would hear a commotion behind you. What do you three do?
Cypher's basically in a trance at this point.
You're going to
Like,
continue on the spell,
full,
yeah?
He's full focus mode.
Okay.
Vanya's gonna tell Cypher and Garrett, continue doing what you're doing. I'll go check it out.
Go. I'll protect him.
And with that, immediately, as Vanya begins to step up, the dryads there stood twisting, contorting, lock their gaze on Cypher at the far end, seeing this spell. No, sister. And immediately the dryads burst into action, leaping towards Desmond. I need you all to roll me initiative, please. Bar from Cypher. All right. So, immediately, with this horrific screech echoing through the forest, the branches on the back of the dryads reaches up high, and Desmond, Vanya, Reza, you see they mean business. Vanya, over to you.
Vanya is gonna look at the one in front of her, and she's going to cast Arcane Kaleidoscope.
Okay. As the blast of arcane energy shoots out, 21's enough to hit it. For 8 damage. As the arcane butterflies burst into this corrupted dryad, you get the feeling that this layer of bark is a spell effect, and she passes a concentration saving throw on keeping the bark skin up. Any further actions?
Yes, she's going to cast Bardic Inspiration
Okay.
on Reza,
Okay.
and she's gonna say, "Embrace the glorious mess that you are."
That was really not the time.
No, that was inspirational.
All right. Reza, over to you.
Okay. Reza is going to use her split shot ability from Thicket.
Okay.
And is targeting both of the creatures.
Yep. Holy shit. 25 will certainly hit it.
Yeah. And she's also not moving, so it's versatile damage.
It is
right?
indeed.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So 16 damage to each of them.
All right.
Each of them.
Concentration check for the first one. She loves it. Concentration check for the second. Apply damage. Also passes. So as Thicket hits them both, they immediately recoil in immense pain. Go on.
I know I have a second attack, but can I do I'm just checking out the cooldown of split shot.
I believe it's
Once
on
per day. Okay,
once
so
per day.
now. Okay, so now the one I have targeted is where the second shot is gonna
Okay.
go.
That one also took an extra D4 because it got Arcane Kaleidoscope.
What?
The one
Oh,
that
nice.
Vanya hit just got
Yeah.
hit with another attack. It takes another D4 because it got hit by Arcane Kaleidoscope.
Oh.
You
I
bastards.
read spells, get fucked. I can't do nothing, but I
Yeah.
will help.
Yeah, Arcane Kaleidoscope, basically, yeah, if you hit something that's been hit with Vanya's spell, you do an additional 1d4 force damage to it.
Do I roll that then?
Yeah, you roll it. Yeah, you get an additional 1d4 damage. Oh my god. So, you immediately see, as the split shot hits the corrupted dryad, it almost explodes for a moment. The dryad recoils in pain from an arrow launched by Thicket, but then for a brief moment you just see out of the corner of your eye several more of these arcane butterflies just shoot straight in, ripping through the bark of the corrupted dryad.
Just gonna fire at that one again.
Okay.
Normal shot. And I'm going to add. Can I add my bardic inspiration to that attack roll?
With a crit fail? No.
Okay.
No. In a fit of rage, the corrupted dryad will just bolt straight towards you. The branches just reach out, smash into the ground, and like some sort of wooden spider, she begins to just crawl and burrow in your direction. That will be the all she can do for the crit. She just move.
Okay. And then do these creatures bleed?
It's a dryad. So no.
Okay.
They're classed as
Glory points for
elementals.
me.
Oh, it's classed as a plant, actually, so no.
Okay. That's be my turn.
Okay. Funnily enough, it's the dryad next to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
She will just go. In fact, you know what? Let's do this fairly. I will roll this for all to see. She's going to strike out with 2 attacks towards you. The first, 17.
Yep.
Hits. The brambled claw bites deep. Oh, no, it doesn't.
So,
Just roll your dice and then see.
Go on, Desmond.
I'm just gonna say I was a little late to call it on the first one, so if she attacks again, I'm gonna
Which-
impose disadvantage on it.
Which she will. She will attack again at disadvantage. What is it? Your what gives a disadvantage?
My fighting style from being a fighter is
Protection.
There.
Boom. All right. So rolling at disadvantage. Never mind.
Yeah.
She rolled 2 15s.
Oh, goddamn.
And she'll slash again into Reza for another 7 points of damage. Reza, you get the impression that while she doesn't seem to be clawing at you, she's reaching towards the bow.
Okay.
And, you know, each strike seems to land on your bow arm. Multi-attack, that's all she can do at the minute. So, Desmond, over to you.
FYI, I can't apply the damage from those damage rolls. I did it manually, but I can't right-click
okay.
on it.
I'm not sure why. I'll sort that later. Just apply damage manually for now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I did.
Desmond.
There
Good,
goes
thank
my
you.
blood vial.
so she kind of like just sprang over here and
Oh, yeah.
got the jump on us. So all Desmond can do is wheel around and then try to just swing low and try to bring her down. So he's gonna try to hit her with the mace just striking low.
Okay.
So do an attack. With
9's not enough. She parries the blow with a quick swipe of
Right,
one of the spines
so-
on her back.
one of the first swing gets parried going low, and he's going to complete the swing, bring it back up and around and down, try to get a second attack in.
Okay. Smith, it's happening! It's happening! Oh, fuck!
Okay. I'm activating Crusher. I'm going to move her. I'm going to force her to move. Let me get the feet up so you can see what it does in case there's something that I'm not understanding
No,
here.
no. Yep. Bring the feet up.
But where is it?
Should be a
Should we
free
go?
action.
I'm going to try to apply both of these.
You can.
So once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack that deals bludgeoning damage, you can move it 5 feet to an unoccupied space. So I'm going to move it to the
Closer
square
to
next to me, away from
Okay.
her. Yes. And so we haven't even rolled damage yet, but damage
That's
is
fine.
secondary tip for me. The critical, when you score a critical hit that deals bludgeoning damage to a creature, attack rolls against that creature are made with advantage until the start of your next turn.
Yep. So
That's
I
the second
will.
one.
I will add for the moment. I'm not sure I've got anything to really notify it. So what we'll do is, I'll throw that on, just to denote that everyone's got advantage against that dryad.
And I will
Roll
throw
damage.
the damage out. It's a critical hit.
Yep. All right. How does this look?
Well, so she sweeps the first attack aside. The second attack comes back up and over and almost like unfurling, like someone like with a baton or something is going to bring it down. And because she has she swept her one leg aside and that lowered her body. So the second blow is going to come down on top of her skull and drive her back and down into the side on the ground.
For a moment, as she drops down and rears back up, the multitude of branches acting like spider legs just prop her back up next to you, Desmond, and you see a crack in the bark skin armor, but it's still not enough to completely break it from her. Oh. Any bonus
So-
actions?
Yeah. I'm gonna just take a bonus action to intimidate her. Like, I'm going to just glare at her, bare his teeth at him. Like, he just walloped her. He's gonna just try to intimidate her.
Okay.
My intimidation check is gonna be
So with this, it's not so much that she's intimidated by you, because she doesn't understand that you are what you are, but she's certainly pissed off with you, so her attention at the moment, having been knocked to the side, is now focused purely on you, Desmond.
Yep. It's just the idea is that's as close as I can do to taunting.
Oh yeah, and it works. And it works. She's not scared of you, but it's the reverse. She's now incredibly annoyed. The dryad's head just skitters to the side and she looks towards you. Unnatural. Be gone. Any further actions?
All Desmond's gonna do is hunker down behind his shield, look kind of like staring at her, and he's mindful of the fact that there's still the other
Yeah.
creature there.
Did
But-
you roll damage?
I did.
It did.
I got
Yeah, you got
max.
19.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's
All right.
that's it for him.
Garrett.
Okay, we're gonna start by shouting in Sylvan.
Mm-hmm.
Sisters of the forest, do not attack. Put down your arms. By order of the gloaming seat.
I beg your pardon?
Roll me a persuasion check.
And I think it's time to use a thing and a thing. As soon as I find where it is.
Cyborg's attack.
Yeah.
Try another one.
For 11. As you call out in Sylvan, obviously, Reza, you would be able to understand this. Whether you would understand the words he's spoken at least. At that, the two dryads turn towards Garrett and their faces contort in anger. And Garrett, you'll just hear the one furthest away from you. Not even in any sort of coherent words, but just screech at the top of her lungs in fury. The only word that you can hear: deserted us. Any further actions?
Well, if they're not doing what I tell them to do, and give the one closest to young Desmond here,
Mm-hmm.
side blade.
25 will hit.
With advantage.
With advantage. Shit.
Can I just roll that again, just in case?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, in case you get one of those little green numbers that you all fucking roll so often.
I'll take the 25.
I thought you might. That's a shame. You sure don't want to take the 15?
No.
Okay. For 7.
And because it's next to old Desi boy now.
12 still enough to keep the bark skin up. Oh my god. For another 11. Okay. The side blade punctures into the corrupted dryad. Not enough to bring her low, though. That's not enough. The second one, she seems to turn her attention towards you, Garrett, and as the blade comes in, one of the branches... Oh, it goes with advantage.
I didn't
Fuck.
I got advantage on the first one, but okay.
No, you get advantage on all of them until Desmond's next turn.
Till
It's
the end of
fine.
Desmond's
Ah.
God damn it.
She's got her attention now focused towards Garrett, and as the second blade comes in, one of the branches just sweeps out and knocks it out of the air, and the side blade just poofs out of existence.
I've got nothing left.
Alright, in that case, the other dryad towards the back end. Sister, no! She will look towards Desmond and Reza. And... Oh, wrong button. Didn't want that one. So she's gonna... You notice the dryad at the far end, her bark skin immediately drops, revealing a more greenish-hued form beneath. Though at this point, the leaves that are draping her body are dried and overall unpleasant to look at, as if they're incredibly unhealthy. And she is going to drop a wall of thorns right across there. Desmond, Reza, Vanya, I need you all to make me a dexterity saving throw, please, as vines begin to just burst out of the ground around you. Oh my god. Even so, you still take a lot of damage. Half of that, as a multitude of vines begin to burst out of the ground, ripping and tearing through all of you.
Reza as these vines pierce her, she goes and falls to the ground unconscious.
Oh, that was a good roll for me. So Reza's currently unconscious. Desmond, Vanya, it's not looking good. And that's all she will do at the minute. She's going to stand there with her arms buried into the ground. And you get the impression that these thorns, these roots are coming from her. As if they're an extension of her body. End of the turn. Allow me to bring on the ritual clock. Cypher.
Use.
Turn 1. What's how's it going along at the minute as you're conducting this ritual?
The wind is picked up, and it's now like quite a wind. It's like a small gale is starting to come out, and it's quite chilly. It's actually very, very cold. Very cold. And now the magical circle has a complete. It's huge now. It's grown of its own accord now into this big thing that has a huge tree on top and branching roots on the bottom, and the eye is almost complete, and you can see the eye is starting to open in response to Cypher's focus and crystal.
All right, end of the turn. Before we go to Vanya, I'm gonna have to call a very quick BRB. I'm sorry. It's gone right through me the juice. So allow me to quickly call a refill a clock there and a pee break, and we'll just put on a little bit more of some pause music. All right, won't be a second.
Back.
And I'm back.
It hits hard.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much. Oh, how's it going? Awesome for me. Ah,
I blame Just Smith because didn't he come in and wish you a good game today?
he did.
I say we
He
just,
did.
yeah, I say we just ban Just Smith.
Yeah.
Check your DMs quickly, Solution.
Okay. Yes, it did.
Cool.
Oh, Asta, but otherwise we're good. And Coldfire, thank you for that follow. Welcome in. Welcome in. Caught us just as we were having a break. Ugh. It's too warm. We're all drinking far too much. And, I mean, an hour and a half in. So, before we get back into it, how's everyone looking? Cypher, pretty wounded. Garrett, A-OK. Vanya's fucking oof. Rez is unconscious. Desmond, I've not got you as observer. Can't see. Can you see you're badly injured? I need to sort that later. All right. Are we all good? Are we all back?
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah? In that case, then, stakes are up. Vanya, over to you.
If I take a healing potion, that's my action. Is that right?
Nope. Healing action. I will let you. I'll let you drink potions as a bonus action.
Oh, you're so awesome. Okay, question. Would
Answer.
she know, like, you know, from dealing with the botanists at the society, that if you harmed plants around them, like, would she know kind of like a background like that? If it would affect them?
Roll me a history check. Alright, what exactly are you asking me?
So what I'm wanting to do, and I guess you could say if it would work or not, is do some kind of like minor illusion to either make it look like a tree around her, or like the like if she's around like the big tree roots are starting to decay or smell like it's starting to rot, and if it would kind of
No.
make them change their focus.
No. You're pretty certain at this moment in time, with you being wrapped up in thorny vines, the Dryad's attention is solely on you. You are aware that any damage to... you can see that this Wall of Thorns is basically an extension of the Dryad at the far end, so any damage to her, there is a chance she would retract this Wall of Thorns that's currently around you. So any damage to her.
Okay. Well, so I guess with that, so that we can move through that, so she will target the Wall of Thorns.
Okay.
And cast Arcane Kaleidoscope on it.
Actually, just basically just blast around you. Easily done. You burst out with arcane energy, hitting the extended roots of the Dryad. Roll damage. Eight. Ooh. I'm sorry, it's not enough. You managed to shatter the roots around you, Vanya. I'll give you a free 5 feet of movement to get out one way or the other. But it's not enough to bring the whole string of thorns down.
Okay. And then, so as her bonus action, she's going to use a potion of greater healing. Oh, I'm going to target myself so I don't give it to... Oh, Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, they're hurt, Asta. Vanya was on 2 HP in a dream. In fact, you can see it in chat there. Oh.
And then she's gonna use the rest of her movement to move back to Cypher,
Okay.
and then that's it.
All right. Reza, as you are ripped and torn by the thorns, you get a single action. But first, before you do that, I'm going to need a death saving throw from you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to do that.
See the skull and bones on the bottom right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's fail.
First fail, but I will give you an action of your choice. That's not drinking a potion.
Like as she's falling.
You can move, you can crawl, but you're in the process. You don't just immediately go, "Oh, I'm knocked out." You're critical, but you get an action.
So Reza is going to crawl this way 5 feet, I guess.
Okay.
Or like diagonally back 5
It's
feet.
half your movement. You're knocked prone from it, so you get half your movement.
Okay. Is this a branch like extending out here?
Yeah. I'll move the
Alright.
the ritual away.
Okay. So she's just gonna crawl out like that, kind of.
Okay.
And just like go fetal position. She did. She died.
Any memories or anything, any thoughts immediately spring to mind?
I told you. I told you it was bad. I told you.
And with that, the corrupted dryad next to Desmond is just gonna start clawing into him. Hits him. Oh, for 9 points of damage as the first claw slashes in. The second will strike out. Multi-attack. Sweeping towards Desmond. Also slams into him. Nope, hang on, I rolled. That was too much. No. Don't know what that was. Normal.
It miraculously heals him.
Yeah, for another 7.
Puts him at 0.
As the dryad then just slams into Desmond, puncturing through his shield, or the tin lid, tears it away from his grasp, and just smashes him into the ground. That's her done. Desmond, death saving throw.
All right.
Oh, so not that one. In the bottom,
Just click your portrait with the
Yeah.
skull and crossbones on it.
yeah, click your portrait.
All right.
Oh my god! Oh no! You get back up! You get back up!
Okay.
Today is not the day. You're on 1 HP in a dream. With your full
Bonus.
move and full turn.
Okay.
So, how's this look then, as you're thrust to the ground by the dryad?
So he gets slammed to the ground by the dryad, and just as it looks like he's about to fall under the weight of everything that's happened, he is barely standing, and he reaches down and grabs a hold of the one bottle that he has and slams it back. And just... So that's his bonus action.
Yep.
His action right now is he intends to get out, but not before trying to make sure that this thing has something to think about.
Okay.
So he's going to try to just strike at her.
$27 will hit.
So 5 there.
And Barkskin still stays up, sadly. 16 is just enough. That was a 16 for the Constitution. 22 hits, yep. With a backswing, you slam into the Dryad. Oh, it's close. And she fails her Constitution saving throw. So, as the first swing cracks into the this crazed, corrupted Dryad, it knocks her to the side. The backswing, immediately, you see the bark skin over her just shatter. Her AC has dropped considerably. And at this point, you know, you've smashed through a multitude of the branches that reach out from her. And she's looking incredibly worse for wear.
Okay, and all I have left is my movement. So I want to just try to get out of this bramble mess.
That... For every foot you move through the wall, you must spend 4 feet of movement. So, I would say it'll get you out.
That's going to be
20.
Yeah, that's
20
20.
feet.
That's basically all of his movement. So he's just barely able to extract himself from the wall, and he's kind of got. He knows that Reza has gone over this way, so he's gonna just keep the best defensive stance he can. That it's gonna be very haggard looking, but that's it.
All right. That you done?
That, I believe, is all I can do.
Garrett.
Okay. Garrett reaches inside his armor, grabs something on leather thong round his neck, tears it off, and places it on his finger. Holds it up towards the two Dryads and shouts in Sylvan once again. By order of the Queen and the Court, stand down. The portal is dead. We are trying to reactivate. As soon as I can get home, you can.
Roll me a persuasion check. You get the impression that at this point these Dryads aren't all there. That the dark magics of whatever's been corrupting the forest has taken full sway over these two creatures, and no amount of persuasion, words don't seem to reach them anymore. But that's your I give that as a free action.
Okay. Take steady aim.
Okay.
And
It's just enough. If it had bark skin, it wouldn't. 7 is not enough.
You know he had advantage on that roll, right?
Did he?
too low.
Yeah.
No,
eat-
Desmond's
eat-
turn when.
No,
No.
I don't have that anymore.
Okay, read steady aim. As a bonus action, you give yourself advantage on your next attack roll.
You're absolutely right. I did. Yeah. Yeah. I'll stick with the first one.
7 again. 15 is just enough. Well, more than enough actually, because the bark skin's gone on that one.
Yeah. We've already done that.
So the damage, yeah.
So sneak attack that then.
Yeah. As the blade punctures into the corrupted dryad, what happens to it, Garrett?
The Sarnakenjis burst out of the knife and just blow apart the center chest of the dryad, and its body just seems to rot from the inside out, and it drops.
At that, the other dryad screams in horror. The wall of thorns is retracted as the dryad's arms are pulled out of the ground, and she just turns her attention to the rest of you. Hatred burning on her features. Any bonus actions?
Yeah, I've still got my second attack.
$15's not enough. It is enough because she also dropped her bark skin. That is golden. For 6.
And with my movement, I'm just going to charge. Form.
Okay.
That's me.
All right. That dryad will. She's just seen her sister die. She's gonna go straight in towards you, Garrett. Hissing, spitting. Sister, return her to me. And in a fit of rage, the branches on her back are going to strike out towards you first, Garrett. 23.
I think I might just hit.
That might just hit. And then with that, she's going to backhand sweep with her claw. So 7 points of damage from the branches. Oh, she's
that
pissed.
Second attack, is that
Go
second
on.
attack going towards
Still towards Garrett. Yep, still towards Garrett. She is
I
focused.
didn't call on the first one. The second
Yeah.
one, I'm trying to impose disadvantage.
Okay, in that case then, I'm a roll. Oh, you lucky bastards!
Safe!
Throw up the protection just so we've got a record of it.
Yes. This is the reaction feature. There.
So as the first branch reaches over and stabs into Garrett, as she swings around with the claw, how do you stop this, Desmond?
Well, the little pot lid is holding on for dear life at this point. Essentially, as this strike is, it's finding the perfect sweet spot to try to stab into this elf that's just slain her sister, and she feels like she's going to have vengeance. The pot lid just comes down and sends it basically driving into the ground, and that just away from its intended target.
Okay. End of the turn. The ritual continues. Cypher, how's it looking?
So by now the shadowy hands that were behind Cypher have turned into massive shadowy moth wings that are kind of gusting like these little icy particles and Cypher's like levitating just about 6 inches off the ground. But his language has changed to Sylvan, so now he's chanting in Sylvan, even though he doesn't know the language, as his connection with whoever he wants to talk to deepens.
Start the turn, Vanya.
Vanya is gonna see that the tree is really close to everyone, and she knows how much it hurts, and she's getting a little scared. And the only thing that she can think of is just striking out with one of her magical spells at third
Okay.
level.
Oh shit, okay. Poor Reza.
Nice.
Alright, so basically at third level you get 5 shots into this. 8. 30. Ooh. 17. That's actually really good. So as you reach out, a kaleidoscope of multicolored magic missiles just begin to erupt out and slam into the corrupted dryad, blowing off several branches. Her arm takes a nasty bolt as part of it's blown away behind her, and the last bolt slams into her chest. Her focus is still on Garrett at the moment, though. Any movement? Any bonus actions?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
All right.
Reza. You're good. You get an action.
Through bleary eyes, Reza looks up from where she's laying. And can she try and get off a cheeky little side shot with
Absolutely.
her
Yeah.
bow? Okay.
Yep, absolutely.
So she's like aiming for the other, like drags herself to here. And then laying on the ground, it's almost like a crossbow action.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, give up.
It's not dead, but I want to know how this looks, Reza.
Like it's almost like she so very, very fiercely doesn't want to die again that she's channeling all of that energy and desperation into her attack. Teeth gritted. And can I take my second attack?
One action.
One action? Okay.
I am going to say, because you're unconscious, and I'm already stretching it by giving you an action, make me a survival check. DC 12. Then yes, you can. Yeah. With you, just, again, in D&D, if you're unconscious, normally all you get to do is, I roll a saving throw. That's boring. But,
So, she tries to do it again, and just the arrow goes wide, and she kind of flops back like.
All right. That dryad is dead as fuck, so it moves straight over to Desmond.
Okay. So, first thing, are you a willing target of this ability, Garrett?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to swap spaces.
Okay.
It doesn't provoke attacks of opportunity.
Yeah.
I
You
can't move Garrett.
yeah.
All right, there you go. So,
You dip under Garrett's legs. Garrett steps over you.
all right, and I'm gonna add my. I don't know how to roll for it with this, but I'm gonna add my superior dice, which is gonna be a D8 to his AC.
So
Until-
basically, type in the chat box /R and then however many dice, so like 1d6 or /R space 1d6 or whatever it is.
Well, whatever.
Oh.
It's +1 to his AC.
Okay.
It's something.
It's something. It's better than nothing.
So there's that. And then I'm just gonna try to hammer the ever-loving piss out of this triad.
Nikki, I have clocked you. I'll be with you in a minute.
So 1. Oh, that
15.
Was so close.
It's enough. It's AC. It's not got spark skin up. It's enough.
11.
Oh, it's close. Oh, the second one.
11.
Oh my god, too much damage just in a
That's
row.
so fucking god.
So
Desmond.
once again, his attack pattern is a sweep, and then up and around, and then down, trying to bring it. So the first blow is going to strike one of the legs it's standing on to try to get down to his level, and the second strike comes from above and it's going to strike at it from above. You want me
It's
to like
enough.
really go
Yeah,
into
yeah,
what
yeah.
happens? Like,
Absolutely.
Are we talking that threshold? Okay.
Yeah,
So
go for it.
she is so concentrated on Garrett. As they trade spaces, she turns, leaving her flank exposed to where Desmond is, and suddenly her leg shoots out from underneath her as the first strike takes the leg, and as it dips down, still focused on the subject of her hatred who just basically outright slaughtered her sister. The large head of this rattle comes down on top of her head. She never flinches from looking out over at Garrett as he moves, and it just drives her into the ground, just smashing the contents of her skull on the ground.
And with that, a brief exhale from the corrupted dryad, and then silence. Apart from the
All her
muttering,
spidey tendrils just
drop to the ground.
twitch, go limp, and
Yep.
it just drops like a plate of spaghetti.
With that, combat's over. Do what you need to do. We'll come back to Cypher in a minute.
All right. Not very good with medicine, but I'm looking directly after Reza first thing.
All right. Desmond and Garrett both charge in. Vanya coming up. And talking with yourselves, how do you want to do this?
I don't know if my medicine skills will help with the vampire, but I can at least try and stop her bleeding.
I think that's really probably the thing that we need to do here.
How do we,
I told you. I told you it's bad. I told you.
save your energy? What if I, prick my finger and drip some blood in your mouth?
And Reza's hand just kind of moves feebly towards her pouch and just starts kind of like slapping at her pouch.
Oh, I played this game before. Desmond's gonna try to go into her pouch and look and see what, try to get it out. It's almost like that. The impression I'm getting is like someone trying to indicate where their inhaler is when they're having an attack.
Exactly. We've played this
It's just
game before.
Yeah, so he's gonna try to fish it out and just reach in, grab something, and hold it up in front of her,
So he'll see, if he looks in her pouch, he'll see 2 glass vials with a blood-like substance in them, and I think he could probably put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, okay.
So my next question
Juice.
is, are you going to allow Garrett to also check over you, Reza?
I don't think she has like enough awareness of what is going on around her to know who is there and who isn't.
All right, Garrett,
She's
roll
just
me.
whispering, "I told you, I told you."
Garrett, roll me a medicine check, please. 14's good. It's good. In that case, roll me a d6.
Ooh, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh.
All right. So between yourselves, regardless of your healing roll on your vial, I'll also say that you gain an additional 6 HP from Garrett.
Okay. It's all the puncture wounds in her legs that have been leaking
Yep.
important fluid.
Just put the red stuff back in.
And then, as
Oh.
soon as his job's finished, Garrett's just going to turn on his heel and start walking towards Cypher.
Well, Desmond's going to stay there and make sure that she gets the entire contents of this potion into her mouth and kind of like down her throat, and make sure she can swallow everything else.
And she kind of, as soon as it like, she just like grabs his hand around it and like starts chugging like. Yes.
Chug, 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 chug.
10 points.
It's nice.
It's not bad.
Okay, we're at 16, guys.
That was a rough one.
Vanya's gonna go over and take some remnants of what's left of these dryads and like put them in her sack because she doesn't
Okay.
know like if the botanist can use this or will be offended by it. But she's
Okay.
gonna.
All right. No. Okay. You pick up a few discarded branches, a limb, a branch-like limb from one of the dryads. Break a few fingers off and stuff them into your pouch. Anything further, Desmond?
If she's still drinking the potion, he's going to make sure that it's there, like until she's done with it. And if she stays on the ground, he's going to just make sure that her bow is like in her hand and put it on her chest so that she has that in case, because it seems like her instinct is she wants to be able to protect herself. So that needs to be right there for her. And he's just going to sit right there next to her until she gets up.
Yeah, Reza's gonna sit up slowly, finish drinking the vial, and like nod towards Desmond and thanks, and like sling the bow over her back and just kind of sit there and just kind of mutter to Desmond as she's drinking. I told him. I told him it was bad. Is that feeling still here? The feeling.
Yeah.
Feeling she was
Yeah.
Okay.
It permeates through the air.
Okay.
Through the ground itself. It's definitely omnipotent. Or, omnipresent, I believe is the term.
Okay.
Meanwhile, with Garrett walking back towards Cypher. Cypher, over to you.
So at this point, all of the voices are shouting over each other in different languages. The language you started chanting in, Sylvan, Common. So everybody, if you listen carefully enough, you can hear what's being said. And its focus on crystal is a perfect representation of an ice blue eye. Cypher's eyes have also changed to this color, perfectly replicating it, and the eye that was opening in the magical circle is fully open. And then like there's a howling gale that just suddenly stops, And Cypher's head turns towards Garrett and he goes, "Speak the name," and goes quiet.
Eva.
And with that, Cypher's entire face changes to that of a very beautiful woman. Just his face. And the face of this woman just stares intently at Garrett.
Eva. Is that you?
Yes.
Garrett. Oh, little sapling, we've been, I was caught on the other side of the portal. I can't get home.
I know.
I may have found a way, but I don't know how long it's going to take.
How?
The one who casted this spell, he's very powerful. We have powerful friends. They may help.
Truly?
Truly. Being cut off from home, it pains me. I miss you so much, little sister.
And with that, the visage drops, and you hear the scream of a child in pain, the type that sets all of the hairs on your body just straight up on edge. You know, that horrible, makes you feel sick feeling scream comes out of Cypher, and the ice white visage drops, and just shadows erupt from everywhere on Cypher, from his mouth, his eyes, his ears, as he just screams and falls to the floor.
I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please, Cypher. Oh dear. We discussed this. I'm going to let you explain what happens.
He hits the floor, and you see these flames burning out of Cypher's left eye. Like just a torrent of fire, and then it recedes, and Cypher slumps over sideways, unconscious. And for those that can see Cypher's face, you can see that his eye is now gone, and just a hole where his eye used to be.
Cypher? Cypher?
Cypher drops to the ground, as described, and there is no response. His already pale visage, paler still. His breathing stops. It's at that moment where the rest of you would probably hear Garrett now shouting that Cypher's in trouble. But
You told me it was safe, you little fool.
a few moments pass before the sound of what can only be described as metal snapping is heard. And Cypher, with a deep inhale of breath, you return on 1 HP.
I'm okay.
Garrett, Cypher, what just happened?
Cypher, you look down, reach into your cloak, and produce. Well, what do you produce?
He looks with his one remaining eye at Reza. Produces his engraved rune that she gave him. And he just goes, save me again, eh?
Reza had turned around to look, and she just smiles weakly at Cypher. Good. I'm glad. Don't ever fucking do that again!
Okay.
So with that,
Did it
then,
work?
there we go.
Did it work? And he looks at Garrett.
Yes,
What's
it
she-
worked.
Ah, good.
You turned into her.
Yeah?
It was like I was looking into her face. I haven't seen her face in so many years. Since
I did good.
you scared me to death. Told me you were safe.
Oh, I totally lied.
Yeah, I gathered. But you're okay.
I just gotta catch my breath. I'm okay. Is it cold?
Not to me. It is.
It's a little chilly, yeah.
And I'm going to tip a potion of healing down Cypher's.
Okay.
I just do. It's just a standard potion of healing.
Yeah.
I do, use it? No.
Just roll it as normal, and then we can add it
We'll
to.
get started.
Yeah. There we go. So you regain 10 points of health as this potion's poured down your throat, Cypher. So as this is going on, Vanya, what are you up to?
She's just watching everything going down, still just kind of like, perplexed with what's going on and why Cypher only has one eye.
As you peer closer, the eye appear. It's not like it was burnt out or it's just gone. There is naught but just an empty socket now, as if
The eye of the ritual was his.
potentially. Who knows?
I'd
Cypher.
rather not metagame it. But I know what happened.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, so Vanya, Desmond, Reza, what about you two?
Desmond's gonna stay there with Reza until she's up on her feet.
Reza.
Reza is not gonna attempt to move until like we're getting ready to go, because she's
Rough.
not sure she can walk well.
I have something real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
So Vanya's gonna take a patch off of
Okay.
her cloak and gets the bag of marbles out and hands Cypher one of the prettiest ones to put in his eye socket.
Amazing. Okay.
That is fucking amazing.
Okay.
All retention's gone. That's brilliant.
Cypher, I have plenty of other colors in here if you don't like that one, but that one to me is the prettiest one. But can you see with the other eye? Like, is there another one that you prefer?
Well, this one's pretty good. What color is it?
It's
Pink.
it's got all the different colors in it. So kind of like a rainbow, just like what you would expect Vanya
Yep.
to pick out for anyone. Just all bright, vibrant neon colors.
Kaleidoscope eye.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. He puts it in. It slots in perfectly as a fake eyeball, and as he takes his hand away, he casts minor illusion, blinks, and looks at you with 2 eyes.
Oh. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean that works. I like the different colors, but it's like new, huh?
No.
Oh.
It feels funny, and I can't see.
Well, it doesn't look like you can't see.
Okay, cool.
So, Cypher. All future perception checks are done at disadvantage.
I'll just mark that on my calendar.
So with that, you all begin to gather yourselves. With the exception of Garrett. You feel something familiar. In the archway of the great tree. Okay, small pulse of familiar energy. What do you do?
I take a step towards it. And the energy feels a little bit closer, a little bit stronger. So I take another step.
Do you mind just moving your mic a little closer? We're just missing the
Yep.
last few words.
Is that better?
That's better.
And then I breathe deeply. I smell the cold. The cold wind, the freshness that blows away the scent of the rotting loam of the forest. I take one more step so I get closer to the arch. The temperature almost seems to drop. And I take one more step forwards, reach out and place my hand on the archway. Why can't I get home to Eva, to my lands. I've been stuck here so very long. And he just stands there, hand on the arch, bathing himself in the familiar but almost alien energy.
This energy would wash over you, Garrett. And with eyes closed, you grasp onto the few tendrils of Fey energy that are starting to leak from this place. Roll me a nature check. All right, do with that what you will, good sir.
I stand there, letting my senses become attuned to the energies, to the familiar surrounding, and reach out with my mind, trying to immerse myself in all of the tree, the power, the darkness above, the feel of the soil below. And I open up my whole soul, trying to will myself to return to my home. But my body doesn't move. And I fall to my knees, tears streaming down my cheeks.
The rest of you would see this. And Vanya, Cypher, you would certainly feel this unfamiliar energy. In fact, Reza, you may too, to an extent, feel a different wave of power as whatever Garrett's currently doing at the archway pulses out. Desmond, sadly not.
She was gonna get up and walk closer after this happened and, slowly limping over. Just touching people on their shoulder. Come on. It's time to go back. Cypher, do you want to get Garrett?
And Cypher will just go, Father, it's time to go.
I'm coming. I'm stuck here, but I'm coming. I start walking towards the group. Stop just in front of Cypher. Thank you for your gift, Cypher. It means more to me than you will ever know. But please don't put yourself in danger for me
Cypher bows deeply. By a word, father. By a word.
Go back to the folly. I'm sure there'll be questions.
Go on, if anyone wishes to add before I close us out. All right. No, go
Sorry?
on. No, go for it.
You're coming with us, Garrett?
I've nowhere else to go. The folly is the only home I have at the moment.
I'll help you get back. Let's go to the folly for now. And Reza starts limping back towards the bag of wolf stuff.
Desmond, anything you wish to bring forth?
Not particularly.
Okay. Vanya?
Nope.
Cypher?
Cypher's just gonna grab Garrett's hand and go, come on then. It's time to go.
And Garrett starts walking.
As you all turn and begin to depart, Garrett, with you traipsing behind at the back, as you begin to step further and further away from the tree. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Well,
Oh.
Hang on.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Well, shit.
Do you want to, or do you want me to do this?
You can go.
Okay. So as you all begin to turn and depart from the great tree, Reza taking the lead with the wolf's pelt over her shoulder, followed by Cypher, Desmond, Vanya. Garrett, you just hold back for a few moments. You feel this pull from the great tree trying to draw you back, and you know there is nothing back there apart from roots, vegetation. So you begin to soldier onwards. Each step away from the tree becomes heavier and heavier until you reach a point where it feels like you're almost up against a wall of force trying to draw you, pull you back to the tree. And through sheer grit, determination, willpower, you push through it. And it's there where all of a sudden your vision bursts into nothing but white. I'm going to hand this bit over to you because I know you've thought about this a lot more than I have. So, as your vision blasts out in nothing but white, what happens?
I curse in Sylvan. And as I do, I drop to my knees, my face in the dirt, my body shaking. I could feel something lost becoming to take hold in the center of my being. My mind, my body strengthens. And then as quick as the white flash and enormous pain arrived, it disappears. And as I raise my head up from the dirt, anyone close enough to see will notice that my skin has paled somewhat. Not white like Cypher's, but more pale like someone that's lived in the cold all their life. And my once grey eyes are now an icy blue. The sort of eyes that bore into your soul when someone looks at you.
When
And with a
Go ahead.
click of my neck, I stand up, stretching my body as I go. All my joints seem to pop. And then I rest back into my usual pose. Well, that was unexpected.
Everything all right, Father?
Better now than I have been in years. I feel a connection to home again. Shall we move on?
Reza had turned around when she heard the swear and kind of had started to move towards Garrett because she understands Sylvan, and she's just kind of like, what the fuck just happened? Staring at him.
The transfer of power would not be a subtle occurrence. Anyone who is even slightly attuned to the ways of magic would have felt that. That was primordial magic, straight from the Fey realm itself.
Did his height change at all?
Am I what, sorry?
Did your height change at all? Your skin, your eyes changed? Did anything else about your body change in appearance?
No, my height's pretty much the same because Garrett's quite tall anyway.
Yeah.
He may look a little bit sleeker, but there's not a lot of fat on Garrett anyway.
Okay.
Vanya's gonna turn and look at Garrett because you know she felt something, and listening to him, she's like, seem a bit upbeat, Garrett. Like what? Very normal for you, right? Like, oh,
This
you're
is
laughing.
the normal me. Well,
Oh,
closer to the normal me than I have been in many years.
So we don't know the real Garrett.
I mean, I'm still the same Garrett as before. I care for Cypher and my
Me?
little band of misfits as we are.
Cypher's right behind Vanya, and he goes, "You ever think to just ask him questions?"
Well, that's probably a good point. I kind of just do things, don't I? Like, that's how I got locked out of his room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garrett, when we get back, would you be willing to share with us more about yourself?
I will answer your questions when we get back.
Thank you.
Cypher looks pleased with himself. Tries to skip away, trips over a root because he has no depth perception.
Do you lose the eye?
Yes, it comes flying out his head. He's hunting on the ground for it.
Reza turns around again and starts limping slowly back the way they came again. And she shouts over her shoulder, "Let's fucking get out of here before anyone else dies or has some sort of life-changing affirmations happen, because I've had enough of it for one day. Thank you very much."
Okay, but I lost my marble. Somebody
Never
help.
had any.
I'm just gonna hand the rest of the sack of marbles to Cypher so that in the event that he does lose an eye, he has a whole sack of them.
So, steadily, or should I say unsteadily, the battered and bruised group begin their slow trudge back through the forest, passing by the destitute and depraved camps of the beggars outside the city. And at this point, with Reza at the front, I would imagine a pretty hefty scowl etched on her face. The vast majority of the beggars just take one glance at the group, see Reza, this incredibly battered and bruised small child, followed by Cypher, Vanya, and Garrett, and they part like the Red Sea, eventually allowing you to make your way through Malmstown, back into lower streets, and to the Folly. I'm gonna call a quick toilet break.
He's so
Yeah, yeah,
Good
yeah.
call.
So, pee break. We will be right back. Thank you, Durs. Yep.
And I'm back.
Ditto.
Oh, I am also back. Whew.
Bloody 6, by the way.
Such subtle like a brick, man.
Yeah.
So, I think it's safe to say, from an out-of-character point of view, we can finally reveal... Or we'll talk about it at the end of the session. Yeah, we'll talk about it at the end.
It might come up in questions.
It might come. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm like, no, actually, you know what? I'm gonna hold off for the minute. Oh, no wonder I'm peeing like a racehorse.
I've done nothing but drink all day.
I mean, that's... Oh. Don't worry about the eye, Durs. Don't worry about the eye.
So we can start every conversation now by going, aye, aye.
Aye, aye. Oh. And I can't help. Oh, badum-tsh.
I will steal your shot at Anders. You could test me.
Alright, I'm going to take this moment to finally acknowledge Nikki, because I know she's been sat there desperate for the last hour and a half. Hello, Nikki. Hello. How are you, my dear? It's been a while. We certainly can't see a problem with that. Because I've acknowledged everyone. Fine, I'll just blank you in future then. Get fucked.
Fuck you then.
Yeah, fuck. You know what? You know, no, it's, I'll even give it you the animated. Get fucked, stay fucked. Welcome back. I've acknowledged everyone else, Nikki. I thought, you know, I'd say hello since we've got a moment of downtime. But I'll not bother in future. God. Oh. Thank you for that resub as well, by the way. I appreciate it. Alright, I think we're all back.
I'm present.
Perfect. Reza? No.
Back, sorry.
Don't apologise. Perfect timing. Yeah. Actually.
Yeah, we just finished berating Nikki.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Love you, baby.
Oh, don't give her that. She's been...
That makes one of us.
Yeah.
Nikki is my girl.
Going on 4 years. Yeah, alright. I'm sure we'll think of something. It has been a while. There you go, there's enough
Wait.
of Lucius.
Okay.
I mean, okay. Yeah, go for it. Can I make eye contact with Fearless at the same time?
You one good eye.
One good eye.
Alright. So, back to the folly, I would imagine.
I reckon so, yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Under an awkward silence, I reckon, probably.
What time of day is it?
By
Is
this
the folly
point,
open yet, or?
I mean, that was a pretty quick jaunt, so I would say it will be close to opening, but not just yet. So, just before midday.
Okay.
Yeah, you left early morning. Couple hours there. Couple hours in the forest. Couple hours back. Yeah, just before midday, just before opening. But you would have noticed that very similar to Market Road, the streets are not as busy as they were, and putting two and two together, you would have taken, the less travelled routes back, knowing that it's never a good sign. To the point where you would eventually make your way through the back alleys into the side door of the kitchen into the folly, rather than using the front door.
Reza, first one in the door. She just takes the wolf in, dumps all the meat on Francis's cutting board, ignores him, and goes down to the basement to lay the pelt out, scrape it, and get it ready to take to Garnak at some point. Like, she is giving everyone talk to the hand right now.
Poor Francis is just, laden with these this cuts of wolf meat, like stew.
Let's make it edible.
The rest of you.
I'm gonna head up to my room,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to bring Cypher with me, dragging him by the hand. All the time keeping on his blind side so nobody walks into him.
Safe.
Vanya?
She's in the folly and has found two people sitting on one of the tables, and sits down and says, "Are you unhappy with your life?"
All hustle, all the time.
Hang on.
Well, let me know, Jump, if you want me to do this or not, but Reza's gonna come up from the kitchen, and she will make an attempt to grab Vanya and drag her upstairs so they can have a group conference, because that is more important right now. But go ahead.
Whatever you guys think needs to happen, but she's got some contracts to deal out.
As a matter of fact, I am. Yeah. Oh, hello. And he just sees Reza storming up behind Vanya. Huh? I am unhappy. I mean, you can make me happy if you want.
I can make you very happy.
I'm sure you can.
Reza,
Is now the time for this, Vanya?
just stick around. I'll be back, and I'm gonna make your dreams come true tonight.
Don't worry, she'll give you a special discount, friend.
Double
And
fisted.
Reza winks at him.
Desmond, what are you up to?
Desmond is sullen because he realizes that he's probably just a participant in murdering the botanist's estranged sisters. Or at least dryads of some kind, because he's dealt with other ones of those that were outside, so he has an idea that they might
Oh, you all want a long rest? Oh.
I mean, honestly, he'd be good to go after a short rest.
Oh, brilliant. So,
Same. I mean, I'm good with a short rest. But let's have this little conference first, because there may be more violence.
all right. So in that case, with Cypher and Garrett heading upstairs, followed shortly after by Desmond, Reza, Dragon Vanya. Reza, what's the plan?
Is the door to Garrett's office still open, like he's expecting them?
Oh, yes.
So she's gonna walk in, either dragging Vanya or not, depending on how willingly she joins. She's gonna shove her into a corner, sit in her chair, cross her legs, cross her arms, and just stare at everybody, waiting for them all to talk.
You got gas?
What?
Gas, you got gas? You look uncomfortable, like you got gas. The vampires
I
get gas?
almost died. You almost died. Of course I'm uncomfortable. I'm in a lot of pain still.
Desmond
And like
there.
she
Also.
points to the wounds on her legs from the vines.
I don't think I like hunting.
Usually doesn't go like that.
I missed it. What happened?
Imagine if the botanist had the nurse's disposition and was inclined to do you ill.
Okay.
And there were two of them yes, there were two of them.
2 nurses? Oof.
Sure. Yes. I can't believe you didn't hear any of that. Ah.
No. It's like I was somewhere else. It was pretty cool. Did you see it? It's pretty cool.
They were calling me sister. They seemed, I think it was the bow that I got from the botanist. They were mad. Completely mad. They were trying to kill us.
Can't believe that's how they would treat a family member, you know, if they thought that you were their sister.
She just gets a flat stare from Reza.
Being cut off from their home and their forests has taken an ill effect on them.
I could feel it. Why didn't any of you listen?
It had to be done.
Why?
He looks at Garrett, gestures to the change.
It had to be done.
I mean, he does seem more pleasant and I like that. Does that mean that there's going to be less locks on your doors now?
I don't understand any of this.
The tree is not normally a dangerous place for one as I.
Like, are you from the tree? Like, how do you connect with the tree where it's not so dangerous to you? Oh, is this what Cypher? Are we asking questions now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Explain the tree. And you
The-
not like it not being dangerous to you.
The tree is a tree, but it is also a doorway.
Is that doorway to your home?
Yes, it is a doorway to my home. Unfortunately, doorway is closed.
The botanist told us as much. Didn't she? First time we went there.
The tree sister did tell you such things.
So you're from the Fey realm.
What was that? I didn't quite hear that.
So you're from the Fey realm.
I am of the Fae, yes.
Okay.
Did I hear you tell Cypher / your sister that you have found a way to open it or to get back in some way? Is that what I've heard?
If we can communicate within time, hopefully we can find a way to open a door. But I'm scared to pursue this line of inquiry now due to the damage to Cypher here.
It's my fault, really. I was warned I wasn't strong enough. It worked, all right? Right? And with that, the fucking marble in his eye just falls out his head. It's
But
too
what's
small.
the cost? It's a cost I'm not willing to pay.
The choice wasn't yours to make, Father.
That was made abundantly clear to me.
Reza kind of looks around and there's this expression on her face as she looks at Garrett. And she says, I know this feeling. To feel irrevocably cut off from your family and the life you knew. If there is a way to get you back safely, I will help you, brother.
Maybe I can go to the nurse and ask maybe, you say that Cypher isn't powerful enough, like, can I make my contracts where he can have power?
He will have no power from that thing.
Cypher shrinks in his chair.
Garrett's voice is cold, like a winter's gale. His eyes flash bright blue. His voice low and terrible as he says these things.
Guilt trip!
Manya senses that's probably not the right avenue to go down, so she shuts her mouth.
You know, I'll just say, because I've been dealing with the society for some time, it's not wise to rely too much on any one person there too much. Especially the nurse.
My people have had dealings with her kind in the past. We expelled them.
Eh, um, eh, eh, um, does that mean I'm like her and you guys are gonna expel me since I'm learning from her?
As long as you do not become what she is, I care not for your contracts. Do them, don't do them. It is your choice.
Cypher's giving her the thumbs up while behind Garrett.
But how do I become like her?
You've seen her true face.
Yeah,
You know what she is.
yeah.
Don't be that. Be you.
Well, I am me.
Will stay that way.
No. Okay, I can do that.
Any more questions? You all look like you got questions.
How old are you?
1 second, and Garrett grabs a parchment,
Goes to backstory.
making some notes.
Yeah.
Oh, no. And he starts writing some numbers down and carried away. In your calendar, I would be over 700 years old.
Oh. What's your favorite color?
The color of my daggers.
Shiny and silver. Okay. When's your birthday?
Holy shit.
It would mean nothing in your calendar.
Well, I mean, you gotta have a day where it's just a special day for you, right?
Reza ungraciously interrupts. Go ahead.
When you're 700 years old, you don't count anymore.
But then how did you know how old you were then?
Garrett just wafts the piece of paper in front of her.
Yeah.
Quick maths.
So, more importantly, what is the gloaming seat? Who are the Queen and Court? Are you a member of the court? Are you a representative of this body?
Many questions.
Yes.
All important.
Are you
The-
insinuating that mine weren't?
Yes, shush.
The gloaming seat, the queen, are one in the same. I am a fae of the Winter Court. I protect the borders between the Fae realm and here.
Well, is that why you were doing those symbols?
Correct. The symbol I carved was the symbol of the courts. And when a creature of the Fae is put to rest, we mark them as such, as a judgment of the Winter Court.
Is your
Is
name
that-
really Garrett?
My name is Garrett Blackthorn.
Is that like how you got to our realm because you were like working on creatures like that?
The Fae travel between realms, mostly the border protection. We follow creatures that have escaped into your realm to not cause alarm to the short-lived.
If you were protecting the borders, the city, when it emerged, must have been quite the threat.
I was here in the sunlight, hunting as I was tasked. And when the sky darkened, the portal disappeared. Although I had no personal experience with the city below, I heard tales, first-hand accounts. I witnessed the terror, the destruction of the city above. But first and foremost, my reason for being has been to get home. To my family.
Is Garrett still wearing the ring he put on during the altercation with the Dryads?
No.
Okay.
It wouldn't do to walk around Nova Story in a gold ring.
Rez is just kind of like staring at him thoughtfully.
Now, what can we do to help?
Portal to the Fae realm. It's the only thing I need.
But do you know specifically what you need to make the portal happen?
Power.
I'm a border guard. I work with my hands. I'm no magician. I know not of powers to cross realities. I'm but a soldier.
Cypher,
Hmm?
did you say something?
Power. He needs power. Considerably more than what I demonstrated today. Like, beyond what I demonstrated today. It will take time, studies, practice before I can even make a dimension door in this realm to go to this realm, let alone another realm.
I have a question, but dog is drinking.
It's all good. I'm just sat here enjoying the the deep lore probe. Carry on. Carry on.
If we were to repair this portal,
Mm-hmm.
could we all go through and escape this place?
There's nothing, to stop anyone from crossing the portal. But whether you're allowed to stay or not is in the hands of the court. More
Do we need-
importantly, the Queen.
Should we prepare like gifts or sacrifices or like what?
Well, before we get there, perhaps we all need to take a moment and consider what our long-term goals are here. We're all working together to get the portal back open for Garrett to return home. What do we do after that, assuming we all survive? What do you
Well-
want, Vanya?
Well, my question is if we get over there, like, do people, are they happy? Like, are they positive?
My mother is from this realm. She crossed over with my father. They lived a very long, happy life. And now, me and my sister are left.
Will I live longer if I'm in that realm? Could I travel between portals and change worlds?
The realm does not affect your lifespan.
Oh,
Who you are respects your lifespan. My mother was an elf, a long-lived race.
I'm
My
half.
father was Fae.
I'm half elf, Garrett.
But then you will live as long as one of your sort will live,
Yeah.
or less, depending on the decisions you make in your life.
I can, I think I've learned some skills to prolong that.
During this conversation, Reza has had like this expression of deep sadness come over her face. And she says, I only want to live long enough to bring the sunlight back to Novostoya. It's what I've always wanted. Sitting at my father's knee, listening to his stories, or playing in the sunshine. And he promised, before he disappeared, he'd get the sun back for us. And when he disappeared, I picked up that charge. And though it will kill me to stand in the sunshine, that is how I want to die. Will all of you help me work towards this end, to bring the sunshine back to Novostoya?
Is it pretty?
I don't know. I've never seen it. There's a whole generation of Novostoyans, probably 2 generations now, who've never seen the sunshine.
Cypher looks at Garrett pleadingly with his one big puppy dog eye. Can we help her?
I don't know how we would go about it, but we could do whatever we can do.
That
It
is
is
all I
a
need.
worthwhile goal. Novostoya in the sunshine is a much more beautiful place.
I would like for my nieces and nephews to see the sun, for their children to see the sun. And I would like to walk out into the sunshine and feel that heat on my skin. And I will enjoy every moment of it burning me to cinders. But it is, as you say, feels an impossible goal, but perhaps we shall find hints and clues as we carry on with our current endeavors. For my life, as long as I don't piss off the wrong people, is eternal. Or should I say, my death is eternal.
And with that, Cypher's beady eye turns towards Desmond. What have you, little brother? What do you want?
So far, I think that I'm doing more of what I want to do, but I'm just listening. It sounds like trying to figure what to make of things. I don't know about magic. I do know about other things.
But what do you want?
I want the same things I always have. Just to change.
One day I see you as being the big brother.
Well, that would be a good thing, yes. Just been a very long time.
You
Very
want to
long
grow
time.
up.
Yes.
A long time. Because my sense of time sucks. I've been around for like a year, and Garrett's like 700. So what's a long time? Is 700 a long time?
Definitely not 700 years. But you lose track without anything for keep track of. It's been a very long while.
Longer than Vanya? How old are you, Vanya?
Well, I'm an adult.
I don't know what
Numbers,
that means.
numbers, Vanya.
Well, I'm trying to think. 70 sounds right.
Is it one of those things you're not allowed to remember?
I don't know if I'm not allowed to or if it was taken from me.
What do you mean? I don't get it.
You know, sometimes I forget things.
Taken like my eye was taken? I mean, lost.
No, I just think I have short-term memory, maybe long-term memory loss.
Maybe you're happier because of it.
No, I get confused sometimes, and it's not fun.
Do you want your memories back?
If they're good memories, yeah.
You wouldn't know till you got them back.
Yeah, but then if they're bad memories, can you take them back?
What's a good memory without the bad to counterbalance it?
The bad memories make you sad, and you want to be happy and positive, right?
But you can't be happy without being sad.
Hmm.
No, I don't agree with that. I'm happy right now and I'm not sad.
Yeah, but without being sad, how would you know what being happy is like?
Yeah, you need the frame of reference, Vanya, as much as the sad memories can be very sad. Just makes the happy ones that much better.
See, you can make all your happy ones even better.
The only memories that I remember are from my days at the academy, and that's it. From the moment that I stepped on the boat, after, but I can't talk about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I want my memories back or not.
How about for now, just some happiness, eh?
Yeah. How about a hug?
Right. Cypher go gets a hug.
Oh, that made me feel so much better. Cypher, this talk of memories, it kind of made me sad.
Memories.
Cypher's falling asleep.
So, Garrett wants to go home. I want to bring the sun back. Vanya may or may not want her memories back, but she wants everybody to be happy.
Yes, yes.
Desmond would like to grow up finally. And I think Cypher just wants a nap. Thank you all for sharing.
I couldn't very well not answer your questions now, could I?
There. But it's polite to say thank you all the same.
Well then, little sister, you are most very, very welcome.
When did Reza become your sister?
It's a figure of speech.
Oh.
Before I died, I was also a half-elf, by the way, so...
One big happy family.
Yeah.
Hey, you
We're
lot
gonna ruin everything.
You lot fucking started this. It's been running in my head for the last hour and a half. So, with me ruining the moment, if there are no further sort of questions or anything we should bring up,
Reza's just gonna look around at all of them and sigh softly and say, sort of wish Falco was back from his trip.
Well, okay.
It just was some uncomplicated company. I love you all, but you're just a lot. Falco is a dear, simple man.
Bless him.
You like 'em dumb.
No comments.
So the question is, there's obviously going to be a bit of downtime. is there anything you all, obviously have a chat with yourselves in a minute, but if they're entirely down whether you want a short rest to go and do some stuff, or whether you want a 3-day worth bit of downtime to catch up and sort out any shopping, miscellaneous bits and pieces, catch up on any projects, or start any projects for that matter.
I'd vote for a 3-day after what they just went through.
I mean, that's fair, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good with just taking 3 days to rest, recuperate, work on little things. Not going out to start any trouble or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposed to be on the lamb anyways.
Rosa
Yeah.
just has the one errand to take the wolf pelt to Garnak and order armor made from it.
Yeah. All right. Well, in that case, then we
can-
shall. Go on.
I was gonna say we can do that next session because I don't
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
ruin the vibe.
No. Next session we'll have as a sort of a downtime episode of catching up with all the bits and pieces that I've got planned, as sort of downtime activity with the denizens of Lower Streets and Market Row. Yeah. Anyone wishes to bring anything else forward?
I'm pretty good.
All right. In that case, then, a little bit earlier than usual, but we're going to end it there. Because I think that is a pretty good spot to end on for now. So, granted, you all get a 3-day long rest. On top of that, Reza, for your actions in being knocked unconscious and your crit on hitting, I will give you a free archery feat, either point blank shot or rapid fire, one of those, as a little clap for the critical hit and for going unconscious. Desmond,
Well, take a look at that.
for you also going unconscious and crit saving, I will also give you a defensive feat. So we'll have a chat about that later on. Cypher, Vanya, you two get fuck all this week. Wait for next time.
Should have gone unconscious.
Get fucked.
And last but not least, Garrett,
Yes.
congratulations on your first step into your Fey transformation.
Mm-hmm.
Your charisma increases by 2, your dexterity by 1. You know the usual bits and pieces.
Yep.
And you are, of course, part of the Winter Court. So you get a boon. But we'll discuss it. We'll have a look through and discuss it next time.
Mm-hmm.
And Nikki says congrats for dodging the crotch fiasco as well.
Yeah, it's easy. Just ignore Nikki.
You thought I was going to say you leveled up then, didn't you? No, not yet. We're only 30 sessions in. I mean, yeah, 20. Yeah. So yeah, look forward to next episode. There are a few things that happened today that will certainly come up for rewards during the downtime. Yeah. All right. Any further questions, comments, queries?
Bye, chat.
Goodbye, chat.
Goodbye, chat.
Bye.
We'll see you next time on Pariahs.
Oh dear. Well, that was that was certainly a session. Nearly killed him. Nearly. Got 3 of them. I mean, come on, that was damn close. That was a good attempt, Smith. You've got to give me that. You've got to give me that. It was certainly an attempt. All right, we'll fade that down. Bring this in. If it fell out, absolutely, yeah, I wouldn't. That was potentially a 3-in-1 insta kill with just Garrett left, and Cypher would have probably had to cancel the spell. All right, let's head over to the end screen and we'll find someone to raid. So again, everyone, thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it, as always. I almost went full Derbyshire, holy shit. Yeah, thank you for the support. I'll see you all next time for episode 29 of Pariahs.